Michael Vick. I like to remember Michael Vick as the game-changing left-handed quarterback from Virginia Tech that took the NFL by storm with his athletic ability and who had a rocket for an arm. And personal story, Michael Vick is the reason, not him personally, but his character in Madden many years ago is the reason I don't play video games today. Legit. Because I had a homeboy, his name is Davon Page. I had a homeboy that would get the Atlanta Falcons. In the old Madden games, what he used to do was you could change guys around, but he would put Michael Vick at quarterback. And at times, when I would be winning the game, because I actually had more football knowledge than him, and I can actually like play the game from a cerebral point. But when he needed to go win the game, all he would do was he would get Michael Vick, snap the ball, and he just would run back. And I'm having guys chase, and then he'll do one move, and then Michael Vick would just outrun everyone else up a sideline. Drove me crazy. I broke a controller that I had to work off to pay for to replace because I was so mad, and I was like, screw this game, and I never played a video game again. This was in high school. So this is like Madden, like 2000, high school. 2001. Well, when did he come into the league? He was in the league for sure, right? 2001, 2002. I know I was for sure still in high school. I was still in high school. So 2002, 2001. Yeah. So it was either 2001, 2002. I was still in high school, and I never played again. But Michael Vick has been named the new head football coach at Norfolk State. And this is pretty interesting because, of course, if you know Michael Vick, he's from the Virginia area. So maybe that will help in the process of recruiting. Now, here's the funny thing, and people change. I'm not going to keep people and say that they judge them the same way. Michael Vick was known for saying early in his football career that I really didn't watch film. Like he was quoted saying that he didn't watch film. And I think over time he grew out of that and became a professional and realized that my talent alone just wasn't going to get me where I needed to go. Unfortunately, he had a situation with the Dogs that kind of derailed his career. And he came back and he kind of put a nice little bow on the end of it. But is this the new norm for former NFL players? Of course, right now, the hottest name that has done this is Deion Sanders, right? Deion coached here in Texas at Trinity, ended up at Jackson State, and then moved on to Colorado. You got guys like Eddie George, former Heisman Trophy winner, Ohio State running back, Tennessee Titan. I think he led the league in rushing at some point in time. Is he in the Hall of Fame? He's in the Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Eddie George is the head coach at Tennessee State. Of course, Trent Dilfer is over at UAB. There was talks before that Ed Reed was about to get into coaching. And then there was talk even in this cycle that Ray Lewis was getting into coaching. But can you see, is this becoming a trend? And are you going to start seeing more former players? You see a lot of guys will go into the media. Some guys will go into the pro scouting thing. But the head coaching at the collegiate level, Bill Belichick just went back to college coaching the North Carolina Tar Heels. But could you see more of the prominent stars of the yesteryear NFL days now starting to take their talent to the college level and gain experience there head coaching? And I'm trying to think, who kind of paved the way for that to happen. I'm not going to say Deion, but I'm sure it was somebody before Deion that maybe did that. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But, is this the new wave?
It's actually only a college football Hall of Famer. He's a semifinalist right now.
Okay, so college football Hall of Famer. Nonetheless, Eddie George and now Michael Vick is the newest head coach at the collegiate level. I think that is – I'm interested. I'm interested to see what staff he puts together. I'm interested to see how he will handle this new era of football, this portal era, this NIL era, being that you'll be at a HBCU, I'm assuming that the NIL money won't be as large, and so there has to be a different level of development. Because if you're going to be successful, yes, you're going to want to get some players, and this is where, and here's where Michael Vick can probably thrive. I talked about this the other day. With the way that college is going, and I told you guys JUCO had just changed the law, and now you can go to JUCO for 2 years and not lose NCAA eligibility. So coaches on the college level, Division I and all other kind of stuff, will be taking guys from JUCO, the transfer portal, first. Those will be the guys that come to their teams and looked at first. So which means a lot of these high school kids will be left on the porch because there will be no scholarships for them. Because coaches will look and go, well, I got 3 or 4 years to make this right, so I'm diving in the portal. There's over 2,500 kids in the portal right now for 125 Division I universities. Like I said, I don't think Norfolk State will have a lot of money to deal with in the NIL era. But there will be a lot of high school kids that will be left out in the code because of transfer portal, the JUCO rule, and the NIL money that's being passed around to these schools. So that means Michael Vick will be able to pull from that pool and say, hey, I do have a pathway to the National Football League. I played there, and now I can kind of help coach you guys to get there. That's why it's going to be really critical about who he brings on his staff. And the guys on his staff, will this school be able to pay for those guys? Because quality coaching matters. It matters. Don't go get me homeboys. Don't go get me homeboys. Give me some guys that's going to be able to develop these players. I'm excited about it. I'll be definitely keeping a lookout for that and what Michael Vick does at Norfolk State. But congrats to Michael Vick and the Norfolk State. I hope this works out for the best and that you're the new name that we talk about jumping from the HBCU into the Division I Power 5 conference. Let's